a couple of years ago, Kanye West, he had this interview with Sway in the morning, and it's the infamous How Sway interview, right? Now, in this interview, Kanye and Sway were talking about how to build up his fashion industry, how to market it, and how to really own it in a whole, right? But long story short is that the questions that Sway was asking Kanye was feeling like, how? How, Sway? How do you expect me to do that? How do you expect for me to pull off what you're telling me about? How? But in the interview, Ye wasn't really caring about what Sway had to say. He wasn't really checking for it, right? How? How, Sway? That's what he said. How? 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 I thought that was interesting because as I think back in my life, I would say that my biggest breakthrough moments were how Sway moments. However, Sway wasn't Sway. Sway was God. My biggest breakthroughs in my life were moments in which, out of a moment of frustration, out of a moment of really just complete not having the answers, surrender, just frustration. How, God? How do you expect me to pull that off? You want me to go to this next level? How, God? You want me to cut this out of my life? How, God? You want me to cut this person out of my life? How? You want me to switch jobs? How? You want me to go to this next level or peel back this next layer? How? Because I don't see it, right? The biggest difference is that I actually want to hear what God has to say. I actually want to hear that explanation on you want me to do what it is that you want me to do. However, I don't have a clue how you want me to do it. The thing that comes with that perspective is that there is a large amount of submission that's required. I think a lot of times we lose sight of this relationship with God as though it's not supposed to be something that's transparent, as though it's not something that God doesn't already know how you feel, as though he doesn't already know that you don't know how to do what it is that he's called you to do. And that's where faith comes in, because where our understanding is full, that's where faith steps in. It's like having a cup or a glass or a bottle and you're filling it up with water, That's that understanding, right? But what happens when that bottle is full and that bottle begins to overflow? But you need more water. That's where faith comes in. That's where faith that a bigger bottle is going to come in, faith that a bigger glass is going to come in, or faith is realizing that once that bottle is overflowed and then realizing that that water is just inside of another bucket. So even if it overflows, you're still catching that water. You know, I'm wild with those analogies, but you get what I'm saying. So my suggestion is to have more How Sway moments. Don't be afraid to come to God with your frustration. Don't be afraid to come to God with your anger. It's all respect and reverence at the end of the day. But a lot of times we try to mask that in this feeling of it's all good or I'll figure it out, when really we don't got what it takes to figure it out. We ain't built like that, and we ain't God. So how do we expect to do something that we've never done before? How do we expect to reach a level that we've never reached before, especially if we've never done it? So that's my recommendation to you. How, Sway? How, God? How you want me to do it? Show me how and I'll get it done. I Heart Mondays, I hope you do too. From Sir Evans with love. Salute.